Well, according to the weather guys, no chance that the creeks or rivers or roads were going to flood. Just rain. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to go find the goats. I know where they are based on the dog tracker, and they're not necessarily in a good spot. So we're going to go see what we need to do, if we need to do anything, or if we can do anything to get them to a good spot. Hopefully they're all right. But anyway, we're going to head that way. We'll obviously have to, we can't cross right here. We'll have to go around and find another crossing. Hello, lady. Okay, so this is where the tracking collar was sending us for Blue, and as you saw in the video, he's over there. I've got him eating. It rained all day yesterday, all day, and they pretty much stayed up in these trees right here all day, which those trees are a creek slash slough that runs down through there during floods, and it is flooding. It runs all the way down and hooks up with that big creek that we were looking at when I first started. And then our perimeter fence is over here to the west, and so they're more or less kind of trapped right here unless I can find a spot for them to get out. I don't think this is all the goats. Part of that is because I don't see red or white, and they're usually with the goats too. And so it looks like maybe Blue split off and stayed with these, and maybe the other ones got across, you know, before it started flooding. So I guess those are the smart ones. But anyway, so we have found them, you know, at least what I think is probably 70% of them, and they're okay. Now we just need to find the other 30% and see what's going on. I'm probably going to see if there's any way I can coax them across, find a low spot maybe where the water's not very deep, and maybe they'll come. But according to what everybody says on the goats, they will not cross water. So they may be stuck here for a while if I can't get them across, which is not good. But anyway, I'm going to see if I can't do that. Okay, well, we found the rest of them. They're probably half a mile, 3/4 of a mile away. Not too bad, but they sure do look a lot better. They're already kind of dried out for the day. The other two dogs are with them, you can see in the video. So they're, you know, they look all right. I guess I'm gonna have to get them back together. I don't know necessarily if that involves anything spectacular or if they'll just do it as the creek goes down, but I know I got to get those other ones on this side of the water. Just don't quite know how I'm going to do that. Anyway, though, they look good. I had one doe that has got something wrong with her leg, foot, knee. There she is right there. She's holding it up. Not 100% sure what it is, but she's right there. See her holding it up? I'll get a little closer and see if we can see what that is. See if maybe somebody else knows. But she's walking on it okay. Here you go. She walks on it fine. But she'll stop here in a minute. She looks like an older nanny probably. Well, she's doing fine now. I don't know. This is just all new. 100% new, and so it's a learning curve for me. So, you know, I'm always open to input and things that people see that will help me, you know, try to manage and figure out what's going on. So I guess that's it for today. I'm going to go check the cattle and make sure they're all right. I had them on a hill, but cattle are like goats. Sometimes they don't stay where they're supposed to. So I'm going to swing over there and take a look at that. Well, so once again, the weather guys are just a little bit off as far as not worrying about the creeks and rivers flooding. You could just see from the video, that's all bottomland, grazeland. None of that is lake area. It's just all flooded. And thank goodness, Thursday of this week, I went ahead and started moving cattle. I had cattle down there in that area and along that river. And I started moving cattle off, getting them up here to this hill where we are right now. And you know, I'm sure I didn't get all of them, but that river does go back for about 4.5 miles. So the further north we go, the less flooding there'll be. But the majority of the cattle were down here on the south end. And so I was able to kind of get them up here on the hill. So I'll still have to drive down through that river and make sure they're all okay, and make sure they're at a spot where they're going to be dry at least for a couple of days. It'll take it a day or two to go down, and then we'll have to reevaluate. But that's just part of it here in south central Oklahoma during the spring and sometimes during the summer. Well, we're about 2 miles north of where we were looking at it out in that bottom. You can see it's climbing, it's rising here. It's maybe 4.5, 5 feet from going over the bank. It may continue to go up. I don't know. It depends on what the Red River does. If the Red River starts backing up, then this will start backing up and it'll get higher and higher. But right now on this north end, we're pretty good. It's not out yet. I'm going to come down here. There's one spot that kind of gets out sometimes. And but anyway, this creek is about 100 foot wide and about 25 foot deep in the center. And that doesn't count where it hits a hole and it drops off to 15. So you can add about 10, 15 to that in deep holes. But anyway, it runs lots of water when we get rain. So it looks pretty treacherous. I wouldn't want to swim it, that's for sure. So it looks like maybe they will cross. Shallow water.